YouTube, this is NeoNexudus here with a deck profile of my latest deck. It is Photons. It is a current work in progress. It's something different, something a bit new. You know, Order of Chaos gave us some new Photon cards, so I decided to try them out. I did have a look around on the internet for other ideas. Some I thought were good, some I thought were bad. This is my own take on it. So yeah, basically, apparently according to Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki, the strategy is to control the field. Now, it's a little bit difficult, but hopefully, with your help, I'll be able to do it. So, let's get on to the deck profile, shall we? We've got 3 Photon Crushers. Now what this bad boy does is, he acts like a Cyber Dragon. When you control no monsters, you special on this card from your hand. It's a 2/1 beta, like a Cyber Dragon, so it's level 4. The only drawback is, if you have no monsters on the field, if you have another monster on the field, sorry, he can't attack. Which is why I put in a certain card in the lineup to hopefully resolve that sort of problem. But, you know, it's a very good card. First turn, very hard to get over. Unless they've got the first turn Synchro or Exceed, in which case hopefully your back row will be able to back it up. But yes, he's got 0 defense, he's a light, level 4, 2100 beat stick. Warrior, can't really complain with that. Then you got 3 Photon Crushers. He's a 2k beat stick, he's a light, he's a warrior. But like things like Giant Talk and Goblin Attack Force and such like, after he's attacked, he has to switch to defense mode. And with 0 defense, he's not going to stay around very long. Which is generally why I like to go special summon my Thrasher and let him swing. Main phase 2, normal summon one of my Crushers and Exceed. So yeah, 3 Crushers. Then we got 2 Photon Cerberus. Basically, he's like a trap stun. If you cannot negate his normal summon, neither player can activate any trap cards while he's face up on the field. So, yeah. 1/3 attack, beast type, not too bad. It's quite handy when you've got, it's like when your big beater's out and you don't know if you're going to swing for game or not, so you just summon the Photon Cerberus, hopefully force out their warning, and if not, you've shut down their traps, so it's a pretty good card. I'm thinking about going to 3 with him. Then we've got obviously 3 Photon Saber Tigers. Now basically he's like a gadget. You basically summon him, which adds another Photon Saber Tiger from your deck to your hand. He's a beast. He's got 2k attack, but if there's not another Photon Saber Tiger out in the field, he goes down to 1/2, which is pretty poor. Which is why this deck needs a little bit of support from the spells and traps. It allows me to go to rank 3 Exceeds with itself, and of course, Photon Cerberus. So yeah, then we got 1, 2, 3 Photon Lizard. He's the recruiter of the deck. I'm thinking about possibly dropping it down to 2 because he does take up a normal summon. Basically, he's a 900 dragon, which is a little bit weird because I thought it would have been a reptile with a name like Photon Lizard. It's got 1/2 defense, and you can tribute him as a cost. And it doesn't matter where he goes, removed from play in the graveyard or where, his effect will still kick off because all it says is tribute this card, add 1 Photon monster from your deck to your hand. So what generally I like to do is, let's go summon Photon Lizard, tribute, special summon, add to hand, Photon Thrasher, and then special summon him. Sure, it takes up a normal summon, but you're thinning your deck by a card, and you're getting 2/1 beat stick, so it's not all bad. Then we come to the other non-Photon choices. We have 2 Thunder King Ryo. Why would you say run this card when I'm running Photon Lizard? It's a 1900 light beat stick. A lot of people are mainly Thunder King these days. It's a pretty good card. You know, shuts down inherent special summons, stops adding cards from your deck to your hand. But yeah, I just find him a really good card. You just can sit on him turn 1 like you Photon Thrasher. So, and then we got double Effect Filer, as Chris Anime Guy would put it. Double Effect Veiler. for effects negation. It's a light, it's a tuner. I can synchro with it if I really need to, but I really don't want to. I'd much rather have this guy in my hand and let them, you know, use up their monster effects and me go, oh fuck, it's fine, huh? So yeah, 2 effect Veiler. And then the standalone cards in this deck, Honest, because the entire deck's made up of lights, and Gauze, for a bit of added security. Now we move on to the spells. We have triple Photon Trident. Now what this card does, it allows my Photon monsters to go up by 700, and when I attack a defense monster, I can inflict piercing, and when I inflict battle damage to the opponent, either via piercing or just normally, I can destroy one of their spell track costs on their side of the field. So basically, this is Photon's Horn of the Phantom Beast. This is Horn of the Phantom Beast for Photons. Not quite as strong, but then you get the added effect of popping a spell trap and piercing, so you really can't complain with that. And you can also go attack, drop this, and damage step. Then we got a couple of standalone cards, Rota and Pot of Avarice. You should know what Rota and Pot of Avarice do. Rota is a rather old school card. It adds 1 level 4 or lower warrior. I believe it's 1 level 4. Yes, 1 level 4 or lower warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. Now, what warriors do we have? We have our Photon Thrashers, and of course our Photon Crushers. So that adds these guys to my hand. And obviously Pot of Avarice is used to recycle the monsters in the deck and allow me to draw an extra 2 cards. Pretty simple. Then we got Double Duality. Don't special summon that much, but it's always nice to set up your plays with Duality. And we've got Staples, of course. Double MST. I think I might possibly go into 3, but the great thing is, MST, right, I'm technically running 5 of them in the deck. So I've got the 2 gold ones here. But I've also got my Photon Tridents, which act as MSTs. So it's all pretty good. Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, and Book of Moon. I'm not running Mind Control on this deck because of the fact of, well, I need the room for other stuff. It may go back in, it may not. I've tested many different builds of this with Scapegoat use over the past few days, and the deck will continue to change and evolve as possible. On to the traps. We have triple Skill Drain. For 1,000 life points, I can negate the effect of all monsters on the field. Now, that is especially helpful with such monsters as Photon Thrasher, Photon Crusher, and of course, my Photon Saber Tigers. Because it makes my Photon Saber Tigers 2 K beat sticks, and it allows my Photon Crusher to not switch to defense mode after he's attacked, and it allows my Photon Thrashers to attack even though there's other monsters on the field. So I kind of like Skill Drain in this deck. It sometimes is a bit of a hindrance with Gauze, as you probably saw the dual Dark Magician 84. I had Gauze and hadn't Skill Drain on the field. I had a Heavy Storm on my own field, which I actually hesitated for a turn to do. Skill Drain is pretty cool. You know, it opens up a lot of options in deck. Photon Lizard's not affected by it. Crusher's not affected by it. Well, it is, but in a good way. Thrasher's affected by it, but in a good way. Tiger, I don't get the plus of the Tiger, but still a 2k beat stick. So if I go normal summon for Saber Tiger, add a Tiger to my hand, and then, for instance, they go to attack it, I'll flip Skill Drain, and basically my monster goes up to 2k. So it's all pretty good. Then for some removal, we've got Double Bottomless. I'm not sure whether or not to actually continue with Double Bottomless or to add things like Smashing Ground or anything like that, because quite frankly, Bottomless is good, but I need to get over certain monsters. So yeah, I think that's where my Skill Drain comes in. I've got Double Warning, of course, and Torrential Mirror Force. No Call the Haunted, because like I said, I'm using the space for other things. This is currently deck count at 42. 40 freaking 2 people. Now, if you've got any suggestions to change up the main deck, please tell me, because I have tried things like Horn of the Phantom Beast, I have tried you know, mind control and all things, but like I said, it's still in experimental stages, so any help you guys have will be most advantageous. And then, in a way, it feels like we've all built a brand new type of deck that's sort of hoping to be some form of competitive level. As for the extra deck, you really don't need much. I've got 2 Utopia and 2 Leviathan Dragon. You can add 3 Utopia or whatever, but I don't own a third. 2 Utopia seems to suffice. 2 Leviathan Dragon seems to be more than enough. Like I said, I do run tuners, e.g. Effect Veiler, so you can add in your basic staples. This is just basically a rundown of the synchros that you can use. You can use Trash if you really can get it off. You know, if you've got 2 level 4 monsters like Photon Crusher, Photon Thrasher on the field, and then you normally summon the Effect Veiler and you can synchro into Trish. Always pretty cool. Scrap Dragon, you know, you're not really going to go into level 8s for this deck. That is pretty much evident. You can do, but like I said, I don't generally like synchro. Just showing you some staple, if you call them staple synchros that you can use. Thought Ruler, Stardust, Scrap Archfiend, Black Rose, Guy Knight, Brio, and the more likely ones you're going to go into, Katasa and Magical Android. Okay, I realise the extra deck is at like 13, 14, but there really isn't much I can add to that. I can add some more Exceeds, yeah, sure, like Blade Armor Ninja. He's a brilliant choice because you obviously with your Photon Thrasher and your Photon Crusher, you can Exceeds for a rank 4, go into Blade Armor Ninja, detach a material and proceed to double attack with 2/2. But Utopia is a light, so he works with Honest, just like Magical Mandroid. So I generally do go with Utopia. Like I said, I'm still working on the build itself, but this deck exceeds. It has a form of speed. It's not highly competitive, but I'm working on it. Anyway, there's no side deck because, like I said, this deck is constantly changing, and main deck cards become side deck cards become main deck cards, and I don't want to keep on uploading a new upload with the side deck changed every other day because that's ridiculous. I'll post changes to this deck as of when big changes happen, e.g. if I decide to drop the skill drains and go with Horn of the Phantom Beasts, etc. I don't know. Yeah, it's a very interesting deck. It's interchangeable. I have thought about a Chaos variant involving Kage to Kage and the upcoming Kage Musha Knight in the premium tin. Because Kage to Kage says when you normal summon a level 4 monster, you can special summon Kage to Kage from your hand. So that's a light and a dark on the field. You can exceed and then detach and proceed to use like chaos things like Black Lash Soldier, etc. I also thought about the upcoming Kage Musha Knight, the premium tin, because it's exactly like Kage to Kage. When you normal summon a level 3 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So go Photon Saber Tiger. I'm not sure if it misses timing. Go Photon Saber Tiger, special summon the Kage Musha Knight, and exceeds rank 3. I'm not sure if you still get the plus off the Photon Saber Tiger or not, but you know, like I said, work in progress, different ideas. I've even thought about using Venus Chains over skill drain and things like that, but I don't know. The deck's interchangeable, it will change for time, and hopefully you guys can forward some half decent suggestions. Anyway, I've been rambling on for far too long. I've been NeoNexudus, and I'm signing out. Peace.